Diddler. No, I'm with you. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been okay. It's been out here, living life.
Living life.
Yeah, seeing how the new Epstein of the world has been caught.
Nerds. That is wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like, is that something that you were expecting to hear or what?
Well, after the whole Diddy situation came out, why not, right? Like, even too, there's a bunch of new conspiracies I heard about it, which are pretty crazy. Like, for example,
Wait, so you want to just give our audience a little background of
what
the
we're
Diddler
talking about.
and Diddy's allegations right now?
His little empire, his little sex ring. So,
Yeah.
to make it the very simplest and not try to get any of the facts wrong, Diddy had been running these freak shows or freak parties where he'd just have like people come party with him, and then eventually like it would escalate into some orgies and stuff like that with drugs involved, a lot of baby oil, especially that from what I
That's wild, yo. 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah, between his Miami location and his LA. I think there could have been another one, but he does, or even New York, who knows? I'm not too sure on the locations, but
Yeah.
got caught with that. But there's a lot of like premises of why he could have got caught like this. So one was he got into a big lawsuit with Ciroc, like the owners of Ciroc, like the liquor company, and it was over for like billions of dollars. So people are saying that maybe it's like the liquor company going after him now that way, because they're like, oh, like you want to take billions from us? We know so much about you. Let's kind of like break you down that way. There's that one. And then the other one is about the guy. So how he ended up killing or set up the killing of Suge Knight and Tupac. Or not Suge Knight, of Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah.
So that as of recently, last year, a guy got out of jail and started kind of exposing the whole story of how like he was actually told that Sean Combs ended up doing put out a bounty for Tupac's head, and then that's why it happened, because these guys were technically just out there in Vegas or wherever it was. I don't want to. And then that's why they went after him. But this guy who's even talking isn't actually the shooter. He just knows about it because he was, I guess, a bounty hunter back then. Yeah. So that's the other conspiracy to why this could be happening.
For me, it's just wild, bro. It's like the second time we hear about this like huge, like this rich person hosting these like crazy like parties, bro, like demonic parties. Like first you have Epstein in the island with like a bunch of like minors and like the most influential.
Uncapped fans, want to boost your credit score and unlock new financial opportunities? Check out Creditlift. They offer personalized credit building plans, expert advice, and tools to help you track your progress.
As a loyal podcast viewer, you can get started through our exclusive link below. Improve your credit score and take control of your financial future today.
Thanks for supporting our sponsors.
And now back to the show.
People coming to visit that island, and now you have Diddy, like one of the biggest influential people in hip hop, doing the same thing in his mansions in the States with other influential people. Getting recordings, blackmailing people. Like, bro, like what is it with these people?
Taboo.
And loving that shit.
Well, it's like the taboo, because like you could go and do everything, all right? Like, let's say, okay, you have like regular sex. Then that no longer is like fun because you just like,
Sickles.
It's just like, so that it's like the escalation of it where it's like, okay. And it's a showcase of power a lot of the time too, right? Like, especially for Diddy, apparently that's why he had these like recordings of everybody, was so he could kind of like mentally use it as like, oh, I made this person do this.
Look, like leverage.
Yeah, it's not, I know, but even that, it's like how it makes him feel on the inside. Because like, let's say you were to tell somebody like, yo, like, do this or bend over, and like they just did this to your whim, right? Because
and like influential people.
Yeah,
it's like you're telling like the head of this to bend over. It's like you feel more of like more power.
Exactly, right? Because if this is a powerful person, but you have even more power over that, like what does that kind of like entail, right? What does that feel like? What is that, right?
It's weird. It's so confusing because like I don't know. I feel like it's kind of not normal, but we're not shocked to hear that once these people reach a certain level, they just start to like obsess over like weirder things, and like their happiness is found through like very like evil things.
And I think a lot of it too is because we've seen it in history, right? Like it's almost like that fair line of like history always repeats itself.
Yeah.
Like you would see like how kings back in the day would just like slaughter, right? Because like, oh, you said something, you didn't listen to me. Okay, well, like let me just take you out.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of the escalation of like the human mind. It's already been presented to us, and it's like been repeated multiple times. So like this is just like the same thing, just on a different scale. If you want to kind of put it in
that's what's scary though. It's like it seems like that is the animalistic side of a human being. Like we're all animals here, right? And like a lot of times we can't relate to other animals, but in a time like that we can. Like that's when I think like the animal takes over the human.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Or it's like, yeah, look up for like animal prides and like, or like groups, right? Like where some of them will like physically beat them or they'll all kill them, right? But like this is just like a different exercise of power in a different way, right? Instead of it being like physical, well, it definitely was physical, I guess, with them. But
and we're like the only like, well, for what we know, we're like the one of the only conscience here on Earth that is able to like separate that animalistic self from like, I guess, our conscious self, right? And some people just go all in, bro.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I feel like that's just like an evil spirit taking over, bro.
Oh yeah, but like that's what they usually like, even too, when they say like in those rituals and like those scary movies, because like I don't know, you know me, I love those like demonic possession movies, even as fucked as it is. It's just like it really does kind of rekindle like in the thought process of what it is, right? Because it's like it's no longer that person, and then they're usually mocking each other. So like, you know what I mean? If you're really dark like that,
yeah,
and you're really trying to like abuse somebody, it's definitely not just a human doing that.
Yeah, and it's funny because I actually recently just started watching Chimp Crazy. Have you heard of that?
Is that the Netflix one? Or?
It's on Crave, but
No.
but basically it's the producers of Tiger King. Remember Joe Exotic?
Yep.
They're the ones who produced Chimp Crazy, and it's basically about a woman who raises chimps instead of tigers, like Tiger King.
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar story. She's fucking crazy. She's from the States.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no rationale behind why she's doing what she's doing, other than the fact that she loves these chimps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She actually says that she loves them more than her kids. But like that's how like these cuckoos are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But my whole point why I relate to that is because I'm only on episode 2, and bro, like these chimps, bro, some of them are crazy, bro. Like, living with someone for 15 years and then like knowing someone for 15 years and then eating them.
Yeah, like did you not remember the one story of the lady who lost her whole face because of the one monkey?
That's what I'm talking about. That's the exact one.
Yeah, because like that, even to the problem with that chimpanzee, who was hopped up on Xanax and wine a lot of the time.
It's rowdy,
right? And like just because like that would keep him calm.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like the I think this is probably similar to that lady or whatever. And yeah, so she used to give this monkey Xanax, and then like,
this is the same person that we're speaking of.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And then he ends up like that day. I guess the attack happens. It's because what was it? I think the lady had come, like her friend had come over. But...
So what happened is that the lady owned the monkey, Tony, for 15 years.
Yeah.
And then, yes, the friend who has known the chimp as well for a while came to feed it, you know, and to take care of it, like she usually does. And I guess they found the monkey like outside. Like,
he ended up breaking out because at that point, like the lady had or they had to call, like all the wildlife people ended up coming, or like the cops ended up coming, and then like he had broken out, and then he started like
started eating this girl, bro.
Yeah, like her face, because even too a lot of the time monkeys, so like chimpanzees specifically, they actually go to main, so they'll always, if they get in a fight, they'll like they'll take like your genital parts first, then they'll bite off your fingers, so essentially they try to like maim you so that you can't be like able-bodied to do things. So like they go for like. It's almost like a form of torture if you really want to look, because like they'll know like, okay, if I bite off all your fingers now, you won't be able to survive, and stuff like that, right?
And the cop who shot the monkey, he said he was stuck in his car. The monkey's like shaking the car from the passenger side. The chimp turns to the driver's side, rips off the door, bro. That's how powerful these motherfuckers are. And then he starts shooting him. But then the chimp, instead of dropping down dead, runs back to its cage.
Yeah, I heard this.
Spooky,
well, apparently they're 7 times stronger than like a full-grown man.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like...
But my whole point to bringing up the chimps was they're 98% our DNA.
Yeah.
Okay? So they're very much like us. Their life expectancy is close to ours. They have these communities like the alpha chimp in its group. It's not the strongest and most craziest. It's the one who's able to work with everyone, build the community.
Yeah, the allegiance.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like the leader per se, like the same way we kind of do here, right? So, yeah, bro. So after 15 years of knowing someone, he eats someone's face off. Yeah. And think about like now relating it back to the diddler, you know, like just not feeling bad about all the crazy things that he has done to people.
Yeah, and even too, but like it's crazy because you say that, but look, animals are just like they mostly run off instinct versus like us. It's like you have that conscious mind.
Yeah.
Where in his like whole life, because he's an old man at this point, he's probably like mid-50s.
Yeah.
Where in your conscious mind did that ever become like okay to do stuff like
exactly.
that? And, like,
yeah, and same as like Epstein, all these sickos. You know what I mean? It just like it really makes you like think like, damn, like there is such an animalistic side to us. Yeah. That is like scary, bro.
Well, even too, think of like when they put people into like what's it called, like confinement,
solitary confinement.
Yeah, what it does to them eventually, right? Because like no interaction, like people do become kind of like animalistic, kind of wild, you know.
And that's the thing. Think about this chimp Tony for 15 years in a cage inside a woman's house. You know, sometimes went outside, but I think it was like after when he was 8 years old, he escaped one time into the community, and they told her that can't happen again. Yeah. So for the next like 7 years of its life, it's in a cage, solitary confinement, 98% DNA like a human. Any human, bro, who was trapped like that would feel no remorse murdering someone after coming out.
And even too, they're like pack animals, right? They're like being in like groups. So like if he's not like with a group of them and he's by himself, he's probably gonna get depressed.
Yeah.
And then like
very depressed, bro. Like rocking back and forth. They had videos of this monkey rocking back and forth, and that's like the biggest sign of depression for a chimp.
Yeah, 100%.
So, bro,
people are weird. That's why it's like, I guess it's weird how we even have pets. Like, you know, you have like your animals, right? But it's like.
Yeah, and it always makes you think. It's like you gotta love dogs, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Because dogs, they can actually live with like a human for all of their life, and like it's not inhumane if you're meeting the exercise needs, if you're feeding them properly, if you're loving them, obviously not abusing them, not keeping them stuck in a cage all day, like, you know what I mean? Like actually taking care of them. What a beautiful like animal to have.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and they're actually probably like super happy. Right?
Yeah, well, even too, the ones that were domesticated were the ones that like were kind of like soft, right? Because like that's why like the ears started to go down, because that's when they were more domesticated.
Yeah,
it wasn't like the toughest like wolves were back in the day that like that would chill around them when they first started domesticating. It was the ones that like couldn't really hunt for themselves. Yeah, but they would stay around the human, like the tribes of the people, to be like alerting if other animals or other people were nearby, right? They would just feed them scraps and stuff.
What they learned was that natural selection in dogs actually occurs with how friendly you are as a dog.
Yeah,
like the more friendlier you are, the more likely your genes are able to reproduce.
Yep, yeah.
Which is like such a, bro, that's cute, bro.
Yeah, no, it is 100%. And even to then, it's just weird because then you saying like trapping animals is then you see like SeaWorld, for example. Or like what the Marineland is the one we have over here.
Yeah,
in Niagara Falls, and you see like how they have the killer whales from back in the day, and it's like now they don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's just like inhumane. Well, even think about it. Look how much like they normally would travel, like out in the ocean and stuff like that, versus where it's like a little kiddie pool.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense though. Like back in the day, to have zoos, like there was no internet, there was no like there was TV, but maybe not the best TV. So to educate your kid, you take them to the zoo. Yeah. You show them a lion, you show them this. But like now, you don't really need that. There's no need to do that with these like big animals that like a lot of them aren't happy.
And even too, it's like the research wasn't also there, right? Like if you really put it into context, right? Because like you weren't able to share like what you've learned, or even like these stories of like if you've seen like, okay, this animal is here for like X amount, and this is what it turned out to be. Everybody would just see like the good stuff of it, and then kind of hide the bad, right? But now there's like no way to hide any of the bad stuff anymore.
Like now we're at that longitudinal study,
where
we can actually see the damage that we have created through like these in capturing these animals, right?
Exactly, right?
It's wild, bro.
That's what even too is like that's why you've never seen a great white shark in captivity. They can't do it.
Why?
Because they need to travel. Like they literally need to have like big enough spaces to travel around.
Yeah.
And like they've never.
Or they'll just eat every fucking thing.
They just go. They don't grow. Like they won't grow as big because like the size is determined by the space of like they have, And then 2, it's like they need it. Like I guess it's like based off the oxygen of how they breathe. It's like they constantly have to be moving and traveling, and like being in a little like container isn't enough.
Yeah, and like once you like domesticate an animal, you can't introduce that animal back to like real like nature because it's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It doesn't like it hasn't built on the necessary tools it needs to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
To feed itself, hunting.
Bro, this girl was giving the chimps fucking McDonald's, bro. Fries, chicken nuggets, chocolate milk, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine what that would do to like the animal too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, and it's funny because what's that one movie with the chimp who plays hockey? You know what I'm talking about? It's like Air Bud series.
Yeah, but like I know I forgot that.
I hate how I'm forgetting it.
I forget how I literally forgot about that movie too.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that movie with the chimp playing hockey, it was like part of like the Air Bud series, like where the animals are playing. What was that movie called? MVP.
Most valuable primate. That's what it was.
So MVP.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I know you guys remember that movie.
Yeah.
We'll add a picture too. But like that movie is the chimp that this girl is keeping for herself in the series Craze Chimp Crazy.
Really?
So bro, it is insane. Like I don't want to put any spoiler alerts, but like I'm 2 episodes in and like, jeez.
Yeah.
What a show.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, the only show I've been hooked on is like I just finished it. Have you heard of Outlast?
Outlast.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's essentially like it'll be a group of you. So let's say how many people are on it? Let's say 16. Easiest way to go about it. 4 different teams.
Yeah.
Each team has 4 players on it, and the whole goal is you go to Alaska, they only give you a certain amount of resources. So that could be like a tarp, whatever you're allowed to bring. So your jacket, whatever. Like you're not packing too much.
Yeah.
Some people are bow hunters. Some people are like herbalists and know how to like eat off the land.
It's like survival.
Yeah, exactly, right. So, but then the whole premise of this is, only one team can win, and you have to win on a team. You can't win solo. So like it forces you to have to build allegiances, alliances. Also, just to be able to communicate and stay on the team, right, and actually be like good enough.
Yeah.
And man, it's so crazy because like you'll see how people's minds really shift in it, because it's like, okay, now it's about money, right? So like the final prize is $1 million, and you can take in more people, but then the prize money just gets cut in more. Right?
Yeah.
So like no spoilers to it, but you just see how people minds will change when money's involved. And like, okay, let's screw people over now. And like think about it, you're out in the wilderness, so like there's bears. It gets super cold at night. People will set people's stuff on fire. People will rob each other's equipment. And it's like it's pretty good. It's like
that whole like Stanford prison experiment.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Right?
But like this one is just like all prisoners though, realistically.
Yeah. But it's funny because but just seeing how like a certain situation could really make like a human just think different. Yeah. Forget the values, forget the morals. Let me do this to win, and they can justify it to themselves.
Yeah, like that Mad Max style like Rust feeling where it's like everybody fends for themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro, and it really makes you think like, if different situations can control the way that you're like thinking or the way that your mindset works, like how much are we being controlled now?
Probably quite a bit,
right?
Yeah.
Like if we're very malleable to all types of situations, like for example, like
the world not being flat.
That's another one, brother. That's another one. So what? You're a flat earther or what?
Nah, bro. I honestly believe it has to be a circle, but at the same time, it's like, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I haven't been to Antarctica. I want to see what's up there, because like they've said it. There's like a lot. Like there's a reason it's like you're not allowed to go there. But why? Like what's up there that we can't see?
Yeah.
Just let me see. Just let me get on the plane, fly up there.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
There's so much fugazi, man. Like I even saw this one thing where it's like there's supposed to be 2 moons that is orbiting our Earth for 2 months, starting on September 26th. Like what?
Where did they figure that?
But this is what I'm trying to get at, bro. Oh. It's like I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm just a fucking donkey or what. But like how does that make sense, yo?
Yeah.
And how are we able to detect that and go to space, but we still can't go to the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah. Well, even too, why can't we go back to space? Like, why? Like, and I get what people say. It's like there's no point in going back to the moon, but like, why aren't we frequenting it, or why isn't like a hotel been set up there? Or
or like just like more like research, like more like money, right? Like
it's just it just kind of makes you think like, who knows how we've been there. I don't know. There's like there's a lot of like even conspiracies. Like it's like I forget who it was, but there's like this person who made a movie. I think it's from The Shining. I think it's that guy, and he was like apparently helped make the moon landing. And within the movie, there's a bunch of like little snippets that kind of mock it by saying like, "Oh, landed on da da da," or somebody's wearing like an astronaut shirt or stuff like that, which kind of like plays on the idea of like, okay, well, like why would he put those in the movie?
Yeah,
but then he was also the one accused of helping with the moon landing, so it's like.
Yeah.
That...
I don't know, man. In this day and age, it's so hard to formulate like your own opinion without being influenced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like, of course, there's a lot of conspiracies that are just conspiracies. Mm-hmm. But of course, as we've learned in the last couple of years, there's a lot of conspiracies that are actually true.
Yeah.
Right. So it's confusing. You know what I mean? And like, it's like, obviously you don't spend too much time going down all these rabbit holes. You go fucking insane.
You
like,
go crazy. Yeah.
Go to work. Love your family, love your friends. Like, do you get better? Be a better person.
Yeah.
But like, it's still
hard to ignore because it's so interesting too at the same time, right? Because it's like, oh fuck, what is that actually true? Like, did that actually happen? There's like, did you see that one video? It was like the Skinwalker video that came out.
No.
Oh, this is creepy. It's like in Colorado, and like I don't know if I believe in it, but if you do look at back in like the natives and like other like past like what like not generation, but like groups,
nationality,
they've talked about like the skinwalkers before. Like,
what is a skinwalker?
A skinwalker is like this like tall figure that's like a spirit that can transform into like different animals.
So
and they'll usually come out at night and they'll try to like, I don't know what the whole point. Maybe they're trying to take your soul or something, or it's your skin. Who knows?
Yeah.
But they can literally just transform. So like, there's videos of like people where they'll be like recording the animal and the animal's like acting all weird, and like people be like, yo, that's not like, my dog doesn't act like that. And like, it's, I don't know if it's just like cinematography or like even people just kind of like hyping it up. Cause you know, when you get done those, like at nighttime, you're just watching those videos on your reels and you're like, oh God, like, it just tries to scare you. Right. Or it'll be like, oh, there's this thing in the corner. And it's obviously clearly nothing, but like that whole fear and then the music and then like the whole presence of like what you're trying to watch, that kind of influences your mind, and then you start kind of like let it wander, and then now you're thinking over the top versus it just being like it's just a regular video. Yeah,
so like, so you're speaking about things that aren't like human, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So and then it goes, so like conspiracy theories, right? Like that one, is it true, is it false? I don't know, but one that is for sure true is that we've seen UFOs.
Yeah,
like it's been 70 years that the government has been researching into these UFOs. They don't know what the heck it is. There's a lot of proof in the government that they've seen aliens.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, and that's not conspiracy, bro.
No, did you watch that one? It was a Rogan podcast. It was with the
Luis.
Guy. Yeah, Luis.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. And that where he talks about it, where most of it's actually like underwater stuff that they've kind of confirmed, not actually in the air.
Yeah, but both though.
Yeah.
Right? So it goes to, I don't know, man. I don't know. This world's a big place, bro.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, right? It's like, I don't know, me and Dave always get into it where it's like, are we just like on a pocket of the whole world in itself? So like, if you were to think of like, you know how our globe, right, how it looks, maybe that's just a pocket of what the world actually looks like, and then there's more divisions of it that look similar to that or different, but are just ran by different like powers.
It's weird because I feel like growing up, we were both born in 95.
Yeah.
We felt like the world has always been progressing.
Yeah.
And we felt like things have always been going in the right way, and like science is getting better, technology is getting better, everything's getting better. But then the older I'm actually getting, I'm more like, yo, things are just more fucked up.
Yeah.
The older I get, like the more you realize, like, whoa.
Do you think like those like old crazy people, you're like, now you kind of understand that a little more because of like in their time they were able to see like so much change, and that's kind of what like maybe changes your mind?
Yeah. Well, bro, it's true. Like, I don't know, like ask an older person if like who they're gonna vote for, Trump or Kamala. They'll probably say Trump. because everything Kamala's really pushing, they've never seen in their lifetime.
Yeah, true.
They're like, what?
But
What
then
is
you
this?
see like the younger demographic all want Kamala kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but that's because
that's like the new voting.
who
power,
controls
right?
the media, who controls the everything, right? They
Yeah,
operate.
and plus they're the new like media, like they're the new powers though, right? Is the younger demographic, right? Because those are the ones who are now actually voting. Those are the ones who are more involved. Those are the ones who like are more louder to speak. More like you don't see old people really on Twitter going like.
Yeah, but there's a lot like I don't know, bro. Like the younger generation, at least the ones I know, like they're more savage than we are.
Yeah, and like what would you
like in like they're just not down for any fugazi.
Yeah, but
I feel like it was a small pocket of like people, and then now it's just.
I feel like it's just very extreme. You're either heavy on the right or you're heavy on the left. There's not so much middle ground anymore, right? Because people are just super opinionated, and they're like, you're either this or you're that. You can't really be both.
Yeah, one of the craziest things that I saw recently that Kamala Harris said was she was saying how if you own a gun in the States, that the police will have every right to go into your house to make sure that you're using the gun safely and it's stored away safely, which is scary. Like
why does that make any sense?
It's right, and then it's hypocritical. And then she went on Oprah, like literally a couple days after, and then she said on Oprah that she owns a gun and she would shoot anyone who robbed her house.
So then, but that like even too, if you're saying anyone with a gun, so can you go into can the police go into another police's house and do the same? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where's like the fine line?
And that's the
like,
thing,
right? Are we just giving the power to the police to be able to do that? Because then that seems very skewed. And then like, if in hands of the wrong person, that can be orchestrated quite poorly.
Yeah,
right?
and even in California, like Gavin Newsom, he's trying to sue the person who created a fake AI video of Kamala Harris. Like,
really?
How can you do that, bro?
Yeah.
Like there's no more parody anymore. There's no more like.
Oh yeah. That fine line is gone now.
That fine line is gone now, bro. It's like you can't really make jokes online.
Did you see? This is just kind of just funny. Did you see how like the Trump was saying like, oh, there's people eating cats and dogs? Like,
yeah.
Did you see how it turned into like a viral meme song instead? Of, like it went from being like something so serious to like now a joke.
And then all the AI pictures of Trump with all the cats and saving the cats.
Yeah. And I was actually just kind of shocked that like that was one of the approaches he took. But like even too from like what I've seen, because I won't say I watched it all. I only watched mostly just clips and highlights of it. Yeah. It was very easy for
the debate, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very easy for her to get under his skin.
Oh yeah.
Like she kind of like has the Trump like she has his number essentially in that aspect. Like she knows really what to say, how to say it, and to just really get him like super flustered where he's not like acting rationally. Yeah. Which is kind of bad because now it's like I think he recently had just made a statement that he doesn't want to do any more debates. And with that being said, like, is that him saying that, or is that his team? Like his I forget what they're called, but they're handlers.
His administration.
Yeah, saying that like, how about no, because like he can't handle himself and maybe he says something incorrectly, because I'm pretty sure for polling wise she ended up getting like going up pretty high after.
Yeah, she gained a lot of respect from the American people.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I try to stay out of politics though.
Yeah.
It's too confusing, and it's like it's for me it's too confusing because like there's two different it's too polarizing in the most aspects, and then at the same time it's like I know what I like, and that's where I kind of draw the line at it. Yeah. Versus where I try to like articulate it all, I guess. Yeah. No, politics is interesting conversation, and like this year in the States is going to be super interesting. Yeah. And then ours is next year, no?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but
I think so, because I saw one of Pierre and Trudeau going at each other in the House.
Yeah, in the House of Commons.
Yeah, they were going at it the other day.
Yeah, that's another guy who's completely delusional, bro, Trudeau. But hey, yeah, the politics talks can go on forever, bro. Yeah. Other than that, bro, like anything new with you?
No, man, honestly, just living life at the moment, just working on things, trying to grow better as a person each day. Yeah.
But you've like fully jumped into the entrepreneurial stuff.
Yeah, right now, yeah. Literally just focusing on mostly the printing business. We're focusing on like the podcast. Mm-hmm. Kind of stepped away from like being like an employee at the moment, which is...
Was that scary, that decision, or like...
Yeah, it's big for anybody, right? Because you have to understand, like, you're now relying on yourself, and if you don't produce, now you don't eat,
Yeah.
right? It's that kind of like you hunt what you eat, but like in a way, it's also not like that, because if like you've done it properly, you kind of align yourself to be able to have those things, right? Did you have a great savings? Did you have a plan, right? Because like no matter what, if you do it without a plan, that's usually where you fail, because then little things will come up that'll deter you, stress you out, and then now you're like, okay, now I can't. And then, for example, like if you don't have any savings, let's say if you're relying on your car to help you with your business, and then your car gets like messed up or something happens, now you have to think about the funds, and now you're taking away from like the effort and thought process of like, okay, like I got to be working. No, you're thinking, okay, how do I survive? It's it's like you go from like a survival mentality, or not survival, but from
it goes from an abundance to like sacredity to abundance mindset.
Yeah, scarcity. Yeah, because like that, it's even to the fact that it's like you're so focused on like, okay, let me actually get work done and do stuff like that, where now you're like, no, I gotta go get back into a job and like make money, because if I don't, then I don't have my car, and then blah 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 blah. Yeah, and it just keeps going forward.
So
right?
like, what is your plan?
So mine right now is like, I just need to double like my business itself, and as in like customers. That's like the biggest focus, is just building like a great clientele list, and then just following up with them. From there, also just being more active in it, right? And so like that'd be like making more calls every day, like actually being a part of the business versus like just kind of watching it or like work itself, because it's been doing fine, right? But there's a difference from fine and then actually good.
Yeah.
Fine is like, okay, you can get by, scrape by, and like you can call it a business, but a full business is like something where it's like it should be able to run itself if you're not there, right? And to be honest, it can't. If nobody's taking care of it, then it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Right. So
so that's your plan, is just kind of just like
double
focusing on the printing company.
Yeah, exactly. I have to right now, right? Because like it's even to right now is the time I can, right? As we get older, you start building families, you start like actually needing money, right? Because you got to actually like build a retirement plan, stuff like that. You need to get a house, everything like that. If you don't start now when you have time, then it's later just becomes harder and harder. Now it's not impossible. There's a lot of people who've done it before, but a lot of it is like right now, while you have the time and you have the energy, you should be taking full advantage of it. What about yourself?
Yeah, no, like similar. Like I'm still, just like doing the cleaning company. Like you said, man, it's just putting your head down and just doing it. You know what I mean? Like ever since the Elliot event, there's just been a different fire.
Yeah.
For the first time, Green Clean has a sales team now, which is my younger brothers, Christian and Mark. And bro, like they're hungry, bro. Like they're hungry, and it's nice because they don't know any. Well, not that they don't know anything, but they've never done sales. They've never ran a business. They've never been entrepreneurs, right? But that actually has taught me so much, because they're not scared to think outside the box that I'm used to, because I've been in this stuff for a long time. So like some things that they say I didn't even think about, and I'm just like, oh, like wow, because they're so it's a
clean slate.
Yeah,
so
they're
like,
so naive to what it like the business is, that they're actually helping a lot through their like I don't know, being clueless of it.
Like
you know what I mean?
The risk management, right? So
Yeah.
like for us, it's like we've already been through businesses, and you understand, okay, like you can only do like you can do this, but you shouldn't, like, you know what I mean? So risk
which puts us in a box, right? Where these guys are just like spitting out ideas, and it's
why
just
don't
like,
you do this?
it's like, damn, like you're right. Why don't we do this, right? And like they've been ripping cold calls, bro. Like setting up bear quotes. They've been crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's funny. I had a conversation with Claudia yesterday, and I was like, listen, like I always have this same question: am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? And like literally yesterday, I told her, I'm like, yo, I don't think I'm doing enough. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's so many hours in a day, bro, that there's no excuse to not be able to do more. Like I can admit I don't have an effective time blocking system, but I'm telling you right now, if I did, like, bro, there's no and I'm going to, like, I'm working on this like actively right now as we speak, right? But if I did have proper time blocking, there's no reason why I can't do absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
Like, bro, wake up at 6. Yo, bro, look at that thing crawling on the floor. That bug.
I kind of want to kill it.
Stomping it right now. Pow! Yo, you're a murderer, fam. I saw this one page on Instagram, torturing bugs.
That's fucked. What's your algorithm like torturing bugs?
I have no idea, bro, but this guy is just
That's
out there
spooky.
sticking like sticks in bugs, needles in bugs. He's attaching bugs onto like fireworks and like exploding them in the air. Like it's absolutely insane, bro.
How'd you get down that route?
I have no idea, but I watched like 10, 15 videos, bro. Anyways, but yeah, anyways, bro. But like, yeah, if you time block like from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every single day, every hour has an intention. You follow that schedule for a week, 2 weeks. Like what, bro?
Yeah, and you still have time too after, right?
What?
Let's say you go to bed at like 9, right? You still have 3
Yeah.
hours to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Family time, anything like that, even longer if you really want to push it.
So like, yeah, that's kind of where my mentality is at. It's just like, okay, we can do more.
Yeah.
We gotta do more.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's healthy or not.
It is.
I feel like it is because I don't feel like I'm burning out. But like, yeah, bro, it's
with the right intentions. I would say it's good, right?
Yeah.
You have to do it with the right intentions, and then also too, it's like not burn yourself out, right? Like, be conscious of how you're feeling.
yeah.
Like, don't do too much where it's like to the point where then you just don't want to do it anymore, right? Because like that's usually the biggest issue.
Yeah.
Is like like a lot of people do, like, for example, that whole gym stuff, right? It's like,
But who's to say that?
you might not be.
No, but who's to say though that that's not what it actually takes?
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's what it, like some people can, right? It's like it's kind of like that sweet balance, right? It's like at the end of it, it's like, yes, humans are all very similar, but all very different, right?
Yeah.
And like there's a reason why there's the top, and then there's not. Like there's other people that can't achieve that, right?
It's true.
It's either breaking past that little barrier or whatever it is.
That's true.
Or it's like, or if you can't break past it, it's how do you manage that emotion and still overcome it.
Yeah, like we're not all cut from the same cloth. So
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. What you're
Right.
saying, we all have different, all different boundaries to what we can handle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or limitations. Some are more than others.
Yeah.
Some can handle more than others. But yeah, man, I don't know, bro. I'm like, and especially like talking to like these, like our big dogs we talk to, like, you know, Taco, Sammy, and all of them. Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't be. I mean, I can't put out more content for the Airbnb, more content for my cleaning company, more content for my personal brand, more content through like even Uncapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to dedicate an hour and a half, 2 hours a day to, you know, using the equipment, bro, editing the stuff, because that's the stuff that's being left on the table, right? We have all the equipment, you know, like, what's an extra 2 hours a day to learn?
Yeah, it's not much too. It's like, and even too,
You know what I mean?
It becomes simpler once you actually know how to use it. It's like anything, right? It's like the first time you do something, it might take you 2-3 hours to do, right? But then the next time it takes you 2 hours. The next one is an hour and a half.
So instead of waking up at 8, wake up at 6.
Yeah.
But it's all possible, bro.
Yeah.
It's all possible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that's where my mindset is.
A lot of it's just willingness, right? There's like anything is possible. It's just like, do you have the will to do it or do you want to? That's the biggest thing. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Because it's really easy to tell yourself like you want to do something, and then like but do you feel like, do you actually have that feeling within you that you want to do it?
The thing
like,
is,
are you going to do it?
Yeah, like I feel like for sure I do want to do it. It's just excuses as to why I'm not like doing more. You know what I mean? That's just the reality of what it is. Yeah. And everything that you want to do or build that's great, it's going to be hard. It's going to be shitty. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I'll commit it. Like, I'll commit to it right now. Like, honestly, like in the next month or so, you're going to see a lot of content coming out from me, because bro, back in the day, you used to have to pay money to be on a newspaper.
Yeah.
Now it's free.
That's the crazy part is you look at a lot of like accounts that are doing well, or like businesses, they do have a good social media. You kind of have to now, right? Because like even too, it's like when you look at people buying stuff, a lot of the time it's from them just scrolling and they're like, oh, I like this product. They'll click the product. Now they go to the landing page of that being Amazon, eBay, the person's website, and then that's where the purchase is completed, right? It's from that. It's not, oh, I see a product, let me go walk into a box store, try to check, like, you know, look for it there, buy it that way. Because like, think of all the steps in between that. Now I got to get in my car, I need to have my wallet. Then I gotta get to the location, find the thing, then go back. Then you know what I mean. Versus where I can just click the button, purchase, gets to my house the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything's online and
It's
like
automated,
and even like the personal branding stuff. Like a lot of people like are probably thinking like, oh, all these people who post stuff like on their personal profile, like giving advice, they're just doing it for the likes or what do you call it? Like they're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just want to be seen, but it's really not. You know what I mean? If you're truly trying to build a business, you need a community, you need people, you need a network, you need reputation. You know what I mean? And to not let that fully shine to thousands, millions of people is, I think it's just a disservice to yourself. Like I said, I'm not telling everyone to go do this. Like we're not all cut from the same cloth, but like if you're an entrepreneur or someone who feels like you want to share value, it's like it's something I think it just has to be done.
Yeah, well, it's even too. It's just hard. A lot of time, it's just hard because like you have to break the mental barrier of like, oh, it's like people like, what are people gonna think? No one cares. Like half the time, people are just gonna watch it or they're not gonna watch it.
Yeah,
it's the only it's the crazy people who leave comments in the bottom like, oh, this sucks, like go kill yourself, you know what I mean? Like it's true though. It's only the wild people who say that. It's not, the majority of people aren't gonna say that to you, and like even less in front of your face, you know what I mean?
100%.
The only reason people do it is because you have that keyboard warrior mentality, or you don't have anybody seeing your face, right? A lot of people will make these fake accounts. And I can say whatever the fuck I want to you, but that way, and you'll never know, and you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah.
Right. So
but yeah, no, it's definitely something. Like I said, like I was literally talking to Claudia about this yesterday. It's just like, yo, I need to do more. I need to time block more. I need to just like go fully all in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah, man. Just a phone call, likely fraud. So, nah.
That's crazy even too how the phone does that to you.
I know.
It tells you.
It's pretty rowdy.
Well, you know, that's how it is. That's how the world is now. They're always trying to get you.
That's it, bro. That's it. But yeah, do you want to kind of touch on like the Uncapped stuff, what we've been up to lately?
Yeah, we can talk about it a little bit. So like just now we're kind of moving into more ad spaces, sponsors, anything like that. So if anybody wants to promote their business on the Uncapped Network, on their episodes, definitely reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you. But also too, like we do hope that our brands align, because I don't think we're taking just anybody, especially like we ain't getting no like
no what
Joe Rogan did pocket pussies. I don't think that would align for us for sure. So
Joe Rogan did pocket.
Yeah, you didn't know this? That was like one of his first like biggest sponsors ever. That like he used to just get free pocket pussies all the time.
Really?
So yeah. If you're,
I mean, he had to start somewhere.
Well, exactly. It doesn't matter, and like that's what it is. But like, I think we're kind of at the point where we do kind of got to stick brand aligned.
Yeah,
you can't just take anybody, because the next thing you know, it's like, who knows what you're promoting.
yeah, no, 100%. And like that's the beautiful thing about us documenting this process for the last 3 years. Is like you can see that we're always trying to redefine ourselves. We're always learning. You know what I mean? Like we're always trying to do things right, although we're doing things for the first time, really. You know what I mean? Like building stuff. Like we really want to double down on the community aspect of the Uncapped Network. More events, sport tournaments, like stick to who we originally were, but also adding that twist of like who we're becoming and what we're striving to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's more fun doing it with like people, right? And like having that like community environment, right? Because like that's what I think we found, like when we did like Tough Mudder, when we did the marathon, it was like how we were able to do something so small to like us personally, but then what like it kind of expounded from there. Or like when you did the what's it called, the 60, remember the day,
120?
The 120, like things like that, how it was able to create such a like, it was a great pocket of a group that people actually like enjoyed, to be honest with you. Even towards the end, people were kind of sad that it was ending. Right? So exactly.
And like we don't know any dates yet, but we will be hosting an Uncapped pickleball tournament, and that's gonna be wild because you know how pickleball has just been growing, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I think it's one of like the fastest growing sports in the West.
I could see it. I forget who ended up buying like shares into a pickleball team like years ago, and it's
Really?
like, yeah, it would have been like, forget who, I gotta figure it out. But yeah, like they bought shares into pickleball thinking like, oh, it's gonna blow up, and like as it did, right?
Yeah. No, it's a basically like we're redefining what we are as I think every business should redefine and sharpen,
Yep.
who they are, what they portray. And yeah, man, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Like water, it's always changing.
Like water, it's always changing, bro. And episode 200 is gonna come up
Faster than you
faster
think.
than we think. You know what I mean?
Literally.
And then we just keep on going from there. But no, man. How do you find it? Like, are you still loving it, enjoying yourself?
Yeah,
This mic has been in front of your face so many times.
It's
bro.
just used to it. It's like, I'm just used to it at this point. It's just kind of the daily life, not daily life, but like the weekly routine, right?
Yeah.
And so we just show up, gotta do an episode. It's like I don't really notice it's there. I know it's there, but it's just like a casual conversation. Especially I think how we built our platform and how we talk to people. It's not really based on like, okay, having this sheet of paper where I'm just gonna go through these questions, and it's like,
Yeah.
it could be something. You never know, right? Like, as we
It's
said,
weird because like this, I could be a lawyer for both sides of
Always, yeah.
have a paper and go natural.
Yeah.
Like I could fight and win my case for both sides,
Mm-hmm.
which is like tricky.
But
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's just, well, at the same time, it's like you just gotta go with what works a lot of the time too, right? That's why I like the whole experimental phase of like doing both and seeing what works, where you get more better analytics, everything like that is kind of the route to go. Because if you don't do it, you never know.
Mhm.
And then at the same time, it's like the data doesn't lie. Like if people like it more, then you should probably do what people like.
Yeah.
But also too, you don't want to sway off of like your own like personal brand of how you operate.
Yeah.
Because then now you're not, like, the show is no longer genuine to what it was.
Yeah.
Right. If you're just like, don't get me wrong, if you want to go for what the fans want, always, that's fine. But that's like based off that. But then, are you gonna feel fulfilled that you're producing what you normally would do?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. And it's it's a tough dance. At the end of the day, you know what I mean, knowing what's right. But that's the whole fun of this. It's something that we're creating. We would love to hear feedback from our audience to see if anything that they want to see more of, what I mean, things that they're liking, because you do have to test the market. We do have to test the market. We have to have a specific strategy, implement it, see if it's working, do another strategy, implement it, compare both strategies. This one worked better. Do another one. That one does amazing. Do another one. It does worse. So we know that the one that did amazing is the strategy we have to hit.
Exactly.
We got to do a lot more of that. A lot more, even thumbnails on our Instagram reels.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That one was a pretty good
so
one,
that
too.
when people click on Uncapped Network, they're not just seeing a bunch of faces.
Yeah.
They're just seeing like, this girl did this, that, and they're like, oh, what the heck? I want to click that reel. What the heck does that say, right? So it's like, yeah, man, we're taking off, bro. We're like that. Like I feel like the first 3 years, like we fixed the mechanics and turned on the fucking rocket.
Yeah. Now it's
now
just watching a story kind of thing.
Now we haven't took off yet, but that shit's on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro.
Yeah, no, it's a part of the journey. It just takes time. Life is not it's not built. It's like Rome. It wasn't built in a day. It's a classic
Actually,
one.
life was, bro. You fuck it one time and a baby's there.
Yeah, but you still got.
So life is built in a day.
No, but not at the same time. No, it's not, because it takes 9 months till it's out.
That's true.
Right? Unless,
That's what that depends on what you define.
I guess, right? Then, yeah, literally. I was about
Don't
to
ask
say that.
don't ask Kamala though, or don't ask Trumpsy.
Well, I saw this funny ass video. Is this one guy? He shows him this other guy this fetus, and he's like, "Is this a baby?" And he's like, "Yeah, it is." And he's like, "That's a dolphin fetus."
Oh,
It made me laugh so hard.
some
And then
savages out there.
he's like, "You're telling me that the dolphin fetus is a human?" And just kind of played with him that way, and then he just showed another fetus. He's like, "No, this is what a human fetus."
Yeah,
is.
this is an asshole.
He got him good. It's like,
Yeah, no, he got him good.
he got him good. It's like it's because I got like the intention of what his thought process is true, right? Like,
Yeah,
If
tricksy.
yeah, but like the guy got him on like, you don't know the difference between an animal fetus and a human fetus.
Yeah.
That was kind of the
Tricksy bastard.
it was smart.
I love it. Anyways, but yeah, bro. Any other updates you want to bring to our audience?
Nah, man. I think we can sign off, and
Yeah,
just let the people
100%.
We'll have a couple new guests coming soon. We're definitely gonna be shooting for some some people we're gonna be opening up some new connections and networks with, and just kind of showing people a different side.
100%. And for all you guys who, you know, have listened all the way through, again, thank you. We love you guys. Send us a message, like send us a personal message, like either to me, to Jordan, to David, to Claudia, to the Uncapped Network, and just like give us the feedback. You know what I mean? We want to know who you guys are. Like we want to be able to, like, you know, maybe you guys get a package, you know, a care package from us. Because like that, you guys are the most important people, the ones who actually watch the whole episode, who actually, you know, listen to the conversations, maybe learn from the conversations or laugh from the conversations. Like we are doing this for you guys. You know what I mean? It's been 3 years, and as you can see, like it's not like this is a full-time job for any of us or anything like that, right? So it's one of those things that it's like a passion project that we're very passionate about. And yeah, you know, make sure to let us know, send us a DM. And thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And like always, we'll catch you next time. Peace.